public hearing for the 2013-2014 budget amendments. So, again, do we just turn it over for a public hearing? Do we need to add a little explanation first? Yeah, why don't you go ahead and explain?
The city annexed in the Rocky Mountain Power Substation. When we did that, we received more taxes than we budgeted originally. It was roughly $50,000, and so we need to now budget those funds, and that's all we're doing is to amend the budget, you have to hold a public hearing, and so we're holding the public hearing, and then the city council after that can amend the budget with those funds how they see fit.
And so we're amending the budget for this current budget year, which ends July 1st, correct? June 30th.
Yes, correct. So what I presented to the council is we had a kind of there's many options, but what we did is we created a priority list by departments in the general fund of equipment needs that they may have. That doesn't mean that's where it has to be spent. Golf, recreation, administration, police, streets, things like that. I presented that to all the council members over the last couple meetings that's been there. And so when I put it together, I recommended that $10,000 be spent at the golf course to purchase some equipment. $15,000 needs to be set aside for the ball field fencing so that we had one backstop collapse this winter, things of that nature. We put in a vehicle in there for $10,000, and then the recommendation was to save, $15,000, put it into savings for things that we don't know possibly. And then I also made a recommendation for the next budget year as well to put it into kind of a pot, a savings type line item, so that things that we don't know of yet that might come up, whether it be another police vehicle, or streets equipment, or the light poles at the ball fields become I don't know. That was kind of the recommendation, is to have some money set aside. Because in the past, we've always just had everything's been budgeted 100% just for operating, and then we have something come up and we have to start cutting from people's budgets to be able to afford that.
We'll close the public hearing then and move on to the action item. To consider the 2013-2014 budget amendments.
All right, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the $50,000 to put in the budget. As part of that, that we spend a maximum of $10,000 on a sprayer, a maximum of $15,000 on a fencing, maximum of $10,000 on a vehicle, and a minimum in our savings of $15,000. We can save in those areas. I'd like to put the rest into savings.
Great. Are you comfortable that if the golf pro decides that a different piece of equipment is as we're going forward, to just make it golf equipment, or?
Scott, did you say 15,000 on a vehicle or
10,000.
10,000.
10,000 on a vehicle.
Just basically, you did it
Exactly as it's written. Okay.
With maximums and minimums.
Okay. I'll second it.
All right, so the motion has been made by Councilman Scott Shakespeare to approve the 2013-14 budget amendments as presented. Do I need to repeat how he stated that?
Well, I'm just trying to decide that.
Second.
Okay. You probably should then.
All right, to spend a maximum of $10,000 on a golf course sprayer or other golf course equipment, maximum $15,000 on ball field fencing, maximum $10,000 on administrative vehicle, and minimum of $15,000 in savings. Okay, and the motion was seconded by Councilman George Rice. Scott Frost. He's been the second man lately, so.
He was slow.
Any further discussion? All right. Councilman George Rice.
Aye.
Councilman Scott Frost.
Aye.
Councilman Scott Shakespeare.
Aye.
Councilman Stephen Duke.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimous.